Apparently, J. Allen Brack is leaving Blizzard. Jen O'Neill and Mike Ibarra will take over as co-leaders of Blizzard. So, I just see this in a tweet. I'll show you guys a tweet. This is what I see. Breaking, Blizzard president J. Allen Brack is leaving the company. Activision Blizzard just told staff. Jen O'Neill and Mike Ibarra will take over as co-leaders of Blizzard. Story will be live shortly. So the official story isn't up yet. But holy... So they won't answer for all the shady stuff that happened, just going to bail out. This is sad. Well, I mean, I don't think it's sad that he's gone from the company. I think that's a good thing. I think all the people who just stood there and did nothing should be gone from the company. But, of course, at the same time, I do hope that they do answer and do get punished for what they let happen. And I hope that the investigation that the state is involved with will make sure that this does happen. I'm not sure why anyone would want him to stay. Like, this is a good thing. Why would you want the person who let things happen stay? Even if potentially J. Allen Brack was not even the worst person. Maybe Mike Morhaime was worse, because a lot of it happened during Mike Morhaime's time, right? We don't know the full details of anything. But, of course you don't want them to stay. You want the people to leave. But of course you also want them to answer and see consequences for what they've done. Leaving the company to pursue new opportunities. Oh, official announcement? Okay, here it is. To all members of the Blizzard community, we want to let you know about an important leadership change at Blizzard Entertainment. Yeah, so this must be the message that they're talking about here then. Telling staff, right? To all members... Or no, this sounds like it's directed towards us. Starting today, J. Allen Brack will be stepping down as the leader of the studio, and Jen O'Neill and Mike Ibarra will co-lead Blizzard moving forward. I need to see what... I think the best way to know if people are bad or not is to see what other workers at the company, especially those who have supported victims, what they say. So I'm really curious about this. Like, for example, people like Devilor and those guys who, you know these people better. I think those are the best people to see how they're responding to these news, because I can't personally say if this is good people or not. But okay. Jen joined Blizzard in January as Executive Vice President of Development, where she's been providing senior development leadership and support to the Diablo and Overwatch franchises. Okay, so she's been working on other parts of Blizzard. Jen is the former head of Vicarious Visions, which is now part of Blizzard Entertainment. Okay. After many years at Xbox, Mike joined the company in 2019. They're both new. That's really interesting. They're both new to the company, like, relatively speaking. And general manager of platforms, where he's been overseeing the evolution of Battle.net and our development services organizations. Jen and Mike have more than 3 decades of gaming industry experience between them. Moving forward, they will share responsibilities over game development and company operations. Both leaders are deeply committed to all of our employees, to the work ahead to ensure Blizzard is the safest, most welcoming workplace possible for women and people of any gender. Okay, so this is just things that you say to make things sound good. You will hear more from them soon. The following is a message from J. Allen Brack. I'm confident that Jen O'Neill and Mike Ibarra will provide the leadership Blizzard needs to realize its full potential and will accelerate the pace of change. I anticipate they will do so with passion. Make Blizzard so special. I think it will be important for that. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I think it's good news that J. Allen Brack is leaving, especially seeing as most people have, we don't know 100%, but it does seem like he was letting things happen under his supervision. So I think it's a good thing that he's gone, because we want somebody who would not let that happen, right? So this is a good step towards potential change. Having said that, I don't know anything about these two people. I would personally probably look into what other people who work at the company are saying about them, especially those who have been very open and talking about all these things that have been going wrong. That's how I see it. They're both new because there isn't any veteran left in the company that's left to take the lead. That's true, but at this point, do we even want a veteran? Like, I know we've been very, like, anti all the new Activision people, etc., but, like, at this point, I don't even necessarily think that's a bad thing. Yeah, like, at this point, we're not even talking about the bad things that Activision has done to the game. We're talking about the people who were there since the beginning, you know? And also, by the way, guys, like, if he is guilty, like, which I think he is, but if he is proven to be guilty, the fact that he leaves the company doesn't change anything. Surely, right? Like, let me know if I'm wrong, but like, if he's seen to be guilty, it's not like him leaving the company is like, oh, you're leaving the company? Oh, never mind then. Yeah, let's take down these allegations, guys. So, like, we don't need to have a reaction like this. We should be happy that he's gone. We should be happy that he's gone, and we can hope that the state lawsuit, you know, is successful. Mike Ibarra is a good dude. Hope we see more changes coming. Interesting. What's his history? Yeah, good question. With Microsoft for 20 years. Okay. Was there a direct accusation to Brack? So there was a direct accusation of him not doing anything about it, yes. There was a direct mention of him as only causing a slap on the wrist on people like Afrasiabi. Obviously, it's one of the lesser accusations in the grand scheme of things of what people did at the company. But yeah, like, this still happened under his supervision. So that's what makes this so serious. Even if, and I said this before too, like a week ago, even if, let's say, J. Allen Brack literally knew nothing and was not enabling anything and is totally innocent, even then, he should consider stepping down, because it means he did his job bad. Because at his position, he's supposed to know that these things happen, and he's supposed to make sure that it doesn't. I think not knowing that this happens under you is just as bad as being one of the guilty people. So even if in the perfect scenario for his case of not knowing anything at all, he still did a bad job. So I think it's good to get him off his role here. So I think this is a good start of a potential change for sure. You gotta be bigger to not know. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he didn't know. But I'm just saying, even if he didn't know, he still did a bad job. That's how I see it, at least. But, like, of course he knew. Like, if it's this widespread, this many people involved, like, there's no way he didn't know. And maybe he has been also trying to fix things, right? Like, it is under his watch that Afrasiabi, I'm probably saying his name wrong, it is under his watch that Afrasiabi was removed from the company, right? To be fair. Afrasiabi was removed during his watch, and was still working during Mike Morhaim's watch. So, technically, you know, he potentially has done a better job than Mike Morhaim, but still, you know, that wasn't the only problem of things that happened. There's also a lot of other problems of all these people reporting being treated badly at work, whether it's to do with their salaries or if it's to do with unfair treatment and, you know, all that kind of things as well. Okay, it seems like general people talk good about him, but yeah, I mean, it's hard to say, like, you know, could even be his friends. Could be paid actors. But yeah, this is huge. This is huge. Already past tense. Was the former president. It's happening. It's happening. That was quick, yeah. Titles mean a lot in the corporate world. Until 2018, Mike Morhaim was CEO. When Brack took over, he was president. Now O'Neill and Barra described as co-leaders. A clear glimpse at who's really in charge, Bobby Kotick. Yeah, so Bobby is the actual CEO. Yeah, because I'm wondering if the reason for calling them co-leaders is just to make it sound more wholesome. Like, maybe they are still, like, as high up as whatever people, but maybe they're not. They won't have the final say. Even if Bobby doesn't do much, I think these people can hopefully still have a say in how the workers at the company are being treated. Leaders leaving now will not really help the current investigation, which will take years. I think it can help in terms of people trusting, at least. Like, I personally would feel better if there's other people in the lead instead of J. Allen Brack. Especially if people who work at the company can tell me that they've had good experiences with these guys. And I don't mean like random no-names in the company. And I don't mean like a random woman who comes out and is like, hey, I'm a woman at the company and I've been treated fairly. I mean the people who have shared their stories and supported people who've shared stories. I want those people to speak up and tell us what they think about this. I really hate this whole thing of like, yeah, let's just get a woman out to, like, say that everything's good. Then people have to believe because it's a woman. Like, that's literally the thing that happened with that Fran Townsend woman who's only worked at Blizzard since March. It's so disingenuous. dishonest. It's so dishonest. So dishonest. Not only has she only worked at Blizzard since March, so not even a year, and she talks about her own experience being a woman who's like very, very high up, by the way, not a random worker. She has a very high role, right? Talks about how she hasn't been treated like that. And also, on top of that, I mean, it's okay to share your own experience. Like, I haven't been treated that way. Nice. Good for you. But also, on top of that, calling the stories, what was it? Distorted? Old? Out of context? The out of context one is the most unbelievable one. Imagine somebody comes to you with these allegations and you call them out of context. Like, in what context was any of that okay? There were so many wrong things with her message. I don't get it. Yeah, people were harassed, but dude, that was out of context. You didn't get the full story. And then calling allegations old. Why do you call things old? Like, oh, whoops, that was 10 years ago. It's old. It doesn't matter anymore. Like, what? I don't know how they thought if they put a woman to say these things that it would mean more. That it would be okay. She's downplaying the victims? Absolutely. Absolutely. She just made every victim feel like trash. And it's because of people like that victims don't normally dare speak up. What does that say about her character? Honestly, like, my honest opinion, she has no idea what happened, and she makes probably too much money to care about what happens down below, and probably thought the lawsuit is like, whatever, maybe in their own echo chamber, like, guys, this is fine, you know, don't worry, just make a statement real quick. Oh, you're the woman, yeah, you do it, yeah, let's do it real quick, alright, let's do it, this is gonna be great, awesome. And then people read it, and then the retaliation happened. Rightly so, of course, as well. I think that's honestly what happened. I don't think it necessarily means that if she would see the harassment in her own eyes that she would think it's okay. Not necessarily, but she just doesn't care. It's way below her paycheck, you know? We don't know what happened either. We don't. But I think it's wrong to call any accusations just distorted, old, and out of context when you don't know what's happening as an official statement by a company. I mean, if this was like a random like thought she had on Twitter, then yeah, sure. And she could even apologize later on. You know what, guys? I didn't really look into it. Like, I'm sorry for what I said. But when it's a statement by a company, you have to do a little bit more research when there's so many feelings and serious allegations on the line. You don't downplay that. But yeah, I'm very curious about how this is gonna work out. I'm gonna wait and see, and I'm gonna do my own fishing, you know, talk to the Wowheads people. Yo, who's Jen O'Neill and Mike Ibarra? Are they good? Are we in good hands now? For now, you know? I hope so. I hope so.